back with another video. So this gun club I belong to is about a 35-minute drive from where I live. Came here yesterday, did a video, got home, realized I forgot my staple gun. So we're coming back here today to look for it. Hopefully nobody took it. And there it is. So we got the staple gun, thank goodness. What we're going to do, we're going to make another video. This time we got the Benelli 20 gauge, Benelli M2. Going to try a couple pattern tests with it. Also Carlson Cremator chokes. Got a mid-range and we got a long range. Let's see how they do with a couple different shells. Alright, so what we got here, we got the Benelli M2 and 20 gauge. Used this gun last year. Did a lot of dove hunting with it, pheasant hunting. So I got these chokes. I got the Carlson Cremator mid-range. I've had that choke in this gun, shot skeet with it. It's a really good choke. I really like it. I like the patterns I get with it. But I just recently, well, probably last year, towards the end of the season, I got the Carlson's Cremator long range. So what I want to do is see what the difference is on paper, pattern-wise. Hope the wind doesn't mess up the audio too much. A little bit windy here. It's got three different kind of shells. We got number 4 steel Winchester, number 2 steel Winchester. Might be using this 20 gauge for some waterfowl. And I got some pheasant loads. These are just these are lead shells, Winchester number 5s. So what we'll do, we'll start with the number 5 with the Carlson's mid-range Cremator in. Let's go up and take a look at the target. Alright, we're walking up to the target here. This is what we got with the Carlson's Cremator mid-range. This is at 35 yards. That's the target. It's a pretty big pattern. I mean, that's the kind of pattern you want. You're shooting at a pheasant. That's what you want to see, basically. So now what we're going to do, we're going to screw in the long range choke and see what the difference is. All right, we just switched out the chokes. We got the long range Cremator in. Let's try another one of these number 5s. Now these are lead 5s. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, walking up to the target. This is what we got with the long range choke. It's not a bad pattern. Seems to be a pretty good pattern. I like that. So now what we're going to do, put up a fresh target. We'll try some steel shot. All right. Excuse the background noise. We got a range right here next to train tracks. I always get noise when I do videos here from the trains. I hope it's not too disturbing. So we switched the chokes again. We're back with the mid-range. We're going to try some of this steel number 4. It's a 3-inch shell, 7/8 ounce of number 4 shot. Carlson's Cremator mid-range. 35 yards. Seem to have a little bit more kick to it. Alright, let's go up and check out the target. Alright, walking up to the target. This is what we got with the number 4 shot steel. That's a pretty decent target though. I don't think a duck's going to fly through that. Curious to see what the long range choke will do. That's some dust. Curious to see what the long range choke will do. Let's see if it tightens things up a little bit. Alright. We got the long range choke screwed in. We got a fresh target up. We got rid of the train noise. I seen the engine pushing everything up the tracks just a little bit ago. Number 4 steel. Let's see what happens. Let's go up and check that target out. All right, walking up to the target. I don't know. I don't think there's a dramatic difference. We'll compare the targets side by side later on. We do seem to have a, like a cluster right there in the center. We'll have to compare the targets side by side. At the end of the video, we're going to compare all the targets, get a better idea. But I don't see a whole lot of difference in there. Maybe when we get them close together, get them side by side, I'll see a difference. We'll see that later. Now we're going to put up a fresh target. We'll try number 2 steel. All right, we got the Carlson's Cremator mid-range choke back in. Now let's try some steel, some 2 steel. I was going to be goose hunting. I'll probably be trying this 2 steel. Actually, I'll be shooting boss, but for steel shot, I'll probably be using this for goose rather than ducks. I don't know yet, but let's check out the pattern. Let's see what this mid-range will do with 2 steel. 35 yards. Go check it out. All right, walking up to the target here. The number 2 steel, 35 yards. Carlson Cremator mid-range. I don't know about that target. There's a lot of gaps in here. Not sure I would use that for a duck. Big gap here, gap here. I mean, it does seem to be a bit of a concentration there in the center. But then again, with number 2 shot, you don't have as many BBs in that load. I believe that's a 7/8 ounce load. All right, we'll pull that target down. We'll put up a fresh one. We'll try the long range choke. All right, we switched out the chokes. We got the long range Carlson's Cremator in. Gonna be shooting another shot with this number 2 steel, 7/8 ounce load. 35 yards. Let's see if things tighten up a little bit. Tell I wanted to flinch. Let's go up and look at it. All right, walking up to the target. This is what we got with the long range choke. I have to say I do like that target better. Now again, that's number 2 steel, so you're not going to have as many BBs. But that seems to be a pretty good pattern for 35 yards with that steel. So if I was going to do any kind of goose hunting, I guarantee the long range choke will be the choke to use. So what we'll do, we'll pull this target down, we'll put everything side by side, we'll go over each of them and see the differences. All right, let's check out the targets. So here we got the number 5 lead. Got the mid-range choke here, long-range choke here. Almost seems like the mid-range choke just seems like there's splotches of BBs. Like over here, seems to be a few gaps. Seems to be spread out a little bit everywhere, and I guess that would be good for a close range pheasant. But I do like this full choke, well, the long range choke. I just like the pattern a little bit better. Seems like it's kind of condensed more. I mean, both of them are pretty decent patterns. Both of them are pretty good for 35 yards. But a lot of times when you're shooting pheasant, you're flushing a little bit closer than 35 yards, hopefully. So either choke would be good. That's the one thing with the semi, you got to pick what you're going to use. It's not like an over and under where you can put a different choke in each barrel. The mid-range would probably work for close range, but if you're going to be expecting farther shots, you might want to put that long-range choke in. All right, we'll check out the number 4 steel next. I don't know if I mentioned that the gun is a Benelli M2 20 gauge. So this is the mid-range. I mean, it's kind of a centered pattern there. It's, you know, it's pretty good at 35 yards. That's a decent pattern. And here we got the long range. I'm not sure which one would be better. I didn't count BB holes. I mean, when you look at them side by side, I don't see a whole lot of difference. I do see that the long range choke is condensed just a little bit more. But if I was duck hunting, I think I might use the mid range. Unless I was expecting really far shots, I'd try to, you know, you want every little bit of help you could get. But I do like that mid-range. It just seems like it would work better. Let's check out the number 2 steel. Mid-range target seems to be, I don't know, see like a group of BBs here, and I don't know. I don't think that's a very good, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. And here we are with I keep calling it full. It's a long range choke. I like that pattern just a bit better. Seems to be more condensed towards the center. Seems like the BBs are spread out just a little bit more even. I think if I was going to be using number 2 steel, I'd be using the long range choke. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the video. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you on the next one.